हेलो गाइस, गुड मॉर्निंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। आज आप हम लोग देखेंगे एमबीए थर्ड सेमेस्टर का ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज मैनेजमेंट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट का यूनिट 1। ये जो एमबीए सभी छात्रों को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं, एमबीए के थर्ड सेमेस्टर के सभी छात्रों को। और आज ट्रेनिंग क्या होता है, ट्रेनिंग मीनिंग क्या होता है, ट्रेनिंग क्या होता है, मीनिंग ऑफ ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट। ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट आर द टू interconnected but the distinct process aimed at enhancing employee skills and knowledge. Training focus on improving the performance in the current role by providing specific skills and knowledge. Development, on the other hand, is a broader long-term approach that prepares the employee for the further roles and career progression. Both are critical for employee growth and organizational success. Meaning of training, अब ट्रेनिंग से क्या समझते हैं? ट्रेनिंग इज ए स्पेशलाइज्ड एंड फंडामेंटल ऑपरेटिव फंक्शन ऑफ ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज मैनेजमेंट. इट इज a short term process that utilizes a systematic and organized procedure by which non-marginal personnel develop technical knowledge and skills for a definite purpose. Training is a process of acquiring a sequence of programmed behavior through learning. It is the application of knowledge and gives the people an awareness of rules and procedure to guide their behavior. It helps in bringing about a positive changes in the knowledge, skills, and the attitude of employees towards the requirements of the job and organization. Thus, it bridges the difference between the job requirements and the employees' present specification. Definite Definition of training. According to H. John Brandon, training is an attempt to improve employee performance on currently held job or one related to it. According to डेल एस बीच, बहुत से साइंटिस्ट जो अपने अपने अनुसार ट्रेनिंग का डिफिनीशन दिया। उनके अनुसार डेल एस बीच के अनुसार क्या होता है, ट्रेनिंग इज द ऑर्गेनाइज प्रोसीजर बाय विच लर्न द नॉलेज एंड स्किल्स फॉर द डिफिनिट पर्पस. According to Planty, Code and Efferson, training is the continuous systematic development among all levels of employees of the knowledge and their skills and attitude which contribute to their welfare and that of the company. According to Edwin B. Flipper, training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills of an employee for the doing a particular job. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Training purpose: equips employees with the skills and the knowledge needed to perform their current job effectively. Focus का specific job related competencies and tasks. Imply क्या है, onboarding new employees, software training, safety training और learning to operate new machinery. Duration often the short term and the focus on a particular skills or a task. Initiative that typically driven by the organization to address the skill gaps or improve the development. Purpose क्या होता है? Purpose prepares the employment for the further roles and career advancement within the organization. Focus क्या होता है? Broader skills, knowledge and the personal growth. Example: leadership development programs, mentorship opportunity, or the course focus on strategic thinking. What is duration? A continuous long-term process that may span an employee's entire career. What is initiative? Can be driven by the both the organization and the individual, often involving the self-assessment and personal ambition. In essence, training is about the fixing the present, while development is about building the future. Both are vital and for creating a skills engaged and adaptable workforce, ultimately benefiting both the employee and the organization. What is training and development? Training and development programs typically involve the educational activities that advance workers' knowledge and install a greater motivation to enhance job performance. These initiatives help the employees learn and acquire the new skills sets and gain the professional knowledge that it required to progress their careers. Types of training and development. Training programs can be created independently or with a learning administration system with the goal of employees' long-term development. Common training practices include the orientation, classroom lectures, case studies, role playing simulations, and the computer-based training, including the e-learning. Sometimes an organization, human resources development (HRD) function drives must imply training and development efforts. These efforts are roughly divided into the two types of programs: employer training and development, a strategic tool for improving the business outcomes by implementing the internal education programs that advance the employee growth and retentions. Management training and development, the practice of growing implies into the manager and the manager into the effective leaders by the ongoing enhancement of a certain knowledge, skills and abilities. Why is the training and development important? Training and development क्यों है important? Successfully business understand that is the more beneficial and the cost effective to develop their existing employees instead of the seeking out new talent. Training and development in a human resource management is the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, and attitude that helps to improve the employee's job's performance and enables the further career growth. Training refers to the acquiring the specific knowledge and the skills of a particular job or a task. It is usually a short-term activity concerned with the improving a employee's current job performance. It includes the performer training courses on the job training or a coach's season. Development is concerned with the long-term growth of an individual career. It usually covers the acquiring knowledge that goes beyond the requirement of their current job to prepare the employees for their further future job role or a career advancement opportunities. Development activities include the job shadowing, mentoring, attending conference or pursuing further education. Employees can enhance their job performance, career growth, and the job satisfaction through the training and development. In the contrast, organization can benefit from the better employee engagement, retention, and the higher productivity. The top 10 benefits of the employee training and the development program include increased productivity. When employees stay the current with the new procedures and the technology, they can increase their overall output. Reduced micromanagement is the workers feel empowered to perform a task that typically requires the less oversight and work more independently. The trained future leaders organization must have a solid pipeline or a well-trained and the innovation potential leader to grow and adapt over the time. Increase the job satisfaction and retention. Well-trained employees gain the confidence in their abilities, leading to a greater job satisfaction or reduction in the obsessions and overall employees retention. Attract the highly skilled employee. The top requirements are attached to form with an identifiable career path based on consistent training and development. Increase consistency. Well organized training helps ensure that the tasks are performed uniformly, resulting in the tight quality control that end user can trust. Increase camaraderie. Training and development help to create a sense of teamwork and collaboration. What bolster safety. Continuous training and the development help to ensure that the employee have the knowledge and the skill to perform the task safety. What is ability to cross the train. Providing the consistent training and the creates the knowledgeable team over the way the employees can help the train or assist the each other as needed. What is added innovations. Consistent the trained employee can help the develop a new strategy and the product contributing to the company bottom line and the continue the success. What is current trends in the training and development. Corporate marketplace is a quickly changing and the business must be flexible and easily adapt to change. Technology one of the key drivers in this rapid change with the automations and artificial intelligence in the forefront. Here are the four key trends impacting the how organization must rethink the training and development. Remote mobile training. Today the corporation have discovered that it is no longer just about the what the employees need to know, but also when, where, are, how the development and experience enables the performance with the advancement in the mobile technology. Companies are relying the more on mobile workforces. Training is migrating to mobile devices where the app provides just in the time of information and recommendations to workers across the industries. What is AI training? AI system can process the unstructured information in a similar way to humans. This system understand the language pattern and the sensory input, including the text pictures, and auditory cues. AI-based software can customize how the training content is delivered to a learner based on their learning style and suggest the content based on a learner's past performance and predict what the information most important for them to learn the next. What is agile learning? Agile learning is a process that encourages the employees to learn by the doing and iterate, the often inspiring the organization change and buy in. For example, IBM has introduced the IBM Gurg TM, a tool executing the scaling and managing on the organization multiple transformation initiatives. Companies like the Ford Motor Company and the Travelport are using the IBM Gorg around the world, create the cultures of open the collaboration and continuous learning. What is remote flexible learning models? While the distance learning has been around for a long time, the COVID-19 pandemic has underscored the need companies to have the least flexible mobile workforce and the management. Organizations have learned that the remote workforces need to be productive, engaged, and the continuously working towards the learning and improvement, training and the development challenges. Recent articles and the industry surveys suggest that too much cooperative training might be ineffective. Most training won't be fully trained by the learners. Business must build a culture or ongoing self-directed, the self-motivated learning with the focused distance learning program and the mobile just in the time training. Organization also must rethink that the large framework of what the skill will be needed soon. A recent material IBM study predicts that the more than 120 million workers in the world, 12 largest economies, might need to be retained in the next 3 years because of AI enabled automation. Several insights for the study include skilled human fuels the global economy. Digital skills remains the vital, but the soft skills have become the more important. Skill availability and the quality are in jeopardy. The half-life of the skill continues to the shrink while the time it takes to close a skills gap has balanced the forcing organization to find way to stay ahead of a skills relevancy. Intelligent automation is an economic game changer. Billions of the workers likely required to retaining and learning new skills, and the most companies and the countries are ill prepared for the task. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कल्चर एंड द शिक्षण, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कल्चर एंड द शिफ्टिंग क्या है? मतलब कल्चर है जिसको शिफ्ट करना है. द डिजिटल एरा मतलब न्यू एरा है इंट्रोड्यूस द न्यू फॉर द न्यू बिजनेस मॉडल, द न्यू वेज ऑफ द वर्किंग एंड द फ्लेक्सिबल कल्चर दैट द फोस्टर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ए क्रिटिकल न्यू स्किल्स. The study concludes that the traditional hiring and the training are no longer as effective and that the different strategy and tactics can have the strong impact on closing the skill gaps. Several strategies and the tactics include make it the personal, tailor career skills and the learning development experience uniquely to your employees' goals and the interests. Improve the transparency, place skills and at the center of the training strategy and the aim to the visuality into the skill position across the organization. Look inside and out. Adopt an open technology architecture and the set of partners able to take the advantage to the latest advancement. Importance of the training and the development. Boost performance and productivity. When employees are trained and developed, they feel more confident in their ability. As a result, they can more productive and their acquainting the employees with the necessary skills and the knowledge helps the organization improve the employee performance, productivity, and the job satisfaction. It also implies to remain the engaged and motivated and positively impacts the organization work environment. Talent management and retentions. In the recent competitive era, the employees actively seek the growth and development opportunities. So the organization that invest in the employees in the training and the development programs find the attracting and the retaining the top talent easier. Also, employees are the more likely to be loyal and committed to the firm in their personal growth and the development is prioritized. This lead to the lower turnover rate and a stable workforce. Overcome market competition. It helps in organizations stay current with the latest trends and the best practices in the market. By investing in implies the training and the development, companies can ensure the training their competitive advantage in the future. This ensure in the industrial with the rapid technology advancement and the changing customer needs. चौथा क्या, effective risk management. Well trained employees are likely less likely to do make the might lead to costly error or a legal issue. For instance, compliance the training can help the organization avoid the legal actions by ensuring the employees understand the regulation that apply to their daily work. Likewise, the safety training helps the organization prevent the workplace accidents that can lead to injuries or lawsuits. Fosters a culture and of learning and the development. In investing in employee development shows that the organization values continue the learning. This creates a culture of learning and growth where employees are encouraged to take risks, try new things, and seek out opportunities for the development. A culture of learning and the growth can lead to more innovative and creative workforce and driving the organizational success. Investing in employees the training and the development helps to create a more engaged and productive and innovative workforce that drives the company's success in today's competitive business environment. What are the five processes of training and the development? Effective training and the development programs can improve the employee performance, increase the productivity, and help the organization remain competitive in the today's dynamic business environment. Human resource management play a vital role in designing the efficient employee training and the development programs. The following are the five processes of training and development in HRM. HRM मतलब समझ ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट. Need of assessment. It is the first procedure and involves the identify the organization skills gaps and the determining the process need to imply. It compromises the gathering data through the survey, focus the groups or other assessment tools in identify the areas that need to additional training or the development is critical. Determining and the training and the development goals that align the organizational overall strategy. Design and development, it is the second process and is concerned with the designing the training program to meet the identified needs and aligning them with the organization strategy objective. The design process comprises the developing learning goals and the selecting of appreciate the training method and the creating training materials and developing a training schedules. The training program focus on the understanding the individual learning styles and the preferences and customizing them to meet the specific need. What is delivery? It is the third process and the comprises the implementing the training programs through with the various training methods like the classroom training, online training, on the job training, and the coaching. It should be the focus on the resource ability and appropriate workforce side and the employee individual learning the preferences. The effective delivery of the training program enhances the employee engagement and the learning outcome. What is evaluation? Just fourth point. It is the fourth process and they usually evaluate the effectiveness of the training programs methods. Evaluation क्या, it is the fourth process usually they evaluate the effectiveness of the training program. Method may include the survey assessment and the performance of the matrix and the focus group. It is the highlight the area of improvement and effective evaluation process can help the companies measure and the training program success and make the future improvement. What if follow up? The final training and the development process involves the reinforcing the training concept and their the practical application in the daily work. It compromises the ongoing coaching and the refresher training and the feedback session to monitor the programs and the ensure the meeting the organization expectation. Efficient the follow up the help the employment retain the learned knowledge and the skills and their practical application. Well executed the training and the development programs help the organization improve the employee performance and productivity. What is objective of the training? Objective of the training क्या है ऑब्जेक्टिव ट्रेनिंग का? इन्हांसिंग द एम्प्लॉय परफॉर्मेंस, importance of new skills and helps the performance enhancement. The implies assign the specific task and the training helps to bridge the gap and between the actual performance and the impacted performance on the employee. What what is updating employee skills in the changing environment? Technological changes are taking place at a faster rate. Organization must keep the track of the speed and the direction of change. It is the organized and the moral responsibility of management to ensure that the employees are equipped with the knowledge and the skills required to adapt the technological changes. Training system encourage the employee to update their abilities and integrate the technological changes successfully into the organizational strategy and procedure, but avoiding or delaying the marginal obsolescence. A manager inability to cope with the technological advancement it referred to a marginal obsolescence. It is the management failure to adopt a new process and method. The obsolescence in turn retards the organizational performance. Therefore, the training is aimed at avoiding the marginal of obsolescence, preparing for the promotion and the marginal success, and imply acquire new skills in a training programs. चौथा क्या है? Preparing promotion and the marginal success, and imply acquire new skills in a training programs, and so can a manager she takes a challenging task and does not hesitate to accept the higher responsibility. Training makes preparing for the promotion and the manager success, and imply acquiring new skills in a training program, and so can the manager he or she the challenging tasks and does not hesitate to accept the higher responsibility. Training makes the transition of the employees from the present job to the next job faster and the easier as a smoother. What is motivating and the preventing the employee attrition? Employees need to continuous development to move along the career path as per the career planning. Training motivates and the resisted the organization commitment. The manager must provide the adequate training facility to all employees, particularly to those who show promise. What is gaining organizational excellence? Skill, knowledge, and the motivation are the dominant determinant of the human performance. A trained person requires the less time and the attention for the supervision, as the training enables them to self-propel. Thus, the training substantially saves the supervisor's time. The training additionally reduces the accidents rates and the breakdown of the machines and the facility, and the rejection and the waste, and the enhance the labor and the material productivity. These factors improve the organizational stability by the creating the reservoir of knowledgeable and the skilled workforce who can help the organization sustain is the competitive edge of and advantage. What is process of training? The training process consists of the various which are the shown in the assessment of organization and objective strategy. The first step in the organization training process is the assessing is the objective and the strategy. At what the level of the quality that the organization wish to provide this product or the service. What kind of business are well in? Where do we want to be in the future? It is only after the answering these and the other related questions that the organization must assess the weakness and the status of its the human resources. Assessment and the training need the assessment to diagnose the present problems and the future challenges to meet through the development and the training. Organizations spend the vast sums of the money, usually as a percentage of the turnover or the training and development before the committing the such hug resources. Organizations should assess the training needs of their employee. Establishment of the training goals. Once the training needs are set, the training and the development objectives must be specified. It is possible to design a training and development program with a clearly defined plans. Moreover, after is the implementation, there will be no way of the measuring its effectiveness. A goal must be the tangible and the variable and the measurable. This is the easy where the skills in the training is concerned. For example, the successful training will be expected to type of the 60 words per minute with the 2 more errors per page. However, the behavior objectives like the attitudinal changes can be more difficult to state. Nevertheless, and clear the behavior standards and expected the result and are the necessary so that the program can be effectively designed and the results can be evaluated. चौथा क्या है? Designing and the training and the development program. The actual program designs is the foundation for the effective trainings and the development with the relevant and the trustworthy constant training and development efforts are the worthwhile. The usual approach to constant development starts with out outlining programs content and then expanding the outline into the fully formed programs and the selecting the most appropriate instructions complete the process. Thus, the several issues are involved in the designing and the training program. But the implementation of a training program, once the training programs has been prepared, it must be the successfully implementation, and implementation is the best of the at the certain problem. First, most managers are the action oriented, are the frequently say that they are too busy to engage in the training effort. Secondly, the ability of the trainers could be the better in adaptations to the addition to the possessing the communication skills, and trainers must know the company philosophy, objectives, and the formal and the informal organization and the alliance of the training program. Training and the development require the higher degree of a creativity than moderate on any other personal specialty. Programs implementation involves the action along the following lines: deciding the location and the organization, training and other facility, scheduling the training programs and conducting the programs, and monitoring the process of training, evaluation of the result. The last stage in the training and the development process is the evaluating the result, and given the substantial amount of money spent on the training and the development, it is essential to assess the effectiveness of the program and evaluate the help in the determine the outcomes of the training and the development program. In the practice, however, organization either ignore or the lack skills for the evaluation. Limitations of the training are as follows: increase in responsibility. After the training, the responsibility on the shoulders of the employee increase as they have to face the through the targets. Since the training and the program make the trained employee and the responsible, the working time in the organization may also increase. What is increase competition? Training also increase the competition between the organization. Time consuming. Training is a time consuming activity, especially in the absence of the planned formal training program with a set of organized courses to meet the need of a specific skill sets. Loss of investment to the organization. Sometimes the employees, after the being trained, they feel dissatisfied with the job or switch over the another job. In this case, the organization bears the loss of investment done on the employees during the process of training. Costly affair. Training programs are the costly affair, so the special care is needed when the drafting these programs. What restricts job switching? The disadvantage of training on the part of employee is that before the giving the training to the employees, the organization asks the employees to sign a bond, which hinders the development of a skills employee, as they will not be able to switch over the another job and prospect with the increased salary. What it creates feeling on boredom. Repetition of the work in an organization creates the feeling of the boredom among the employees. What is sometimes lead to frustration when the employees and the trained especially to the specific job, he has to work on set up a pattern with a creates a discipline or atmosphere in the poor organization, which sometimes frustrates the employee, and thus the moral decreases sometimes, and the trained employees generally do not have the some that the motivate them when they feel struggles. Develop the feeling of a jealousy and competition. Training are also develop the feeling of competition and the jealousy among the employees. When an employee parades and employs for the excellent work, it can more clarified in a way that the training does not develop the skills among the employees at the similar rate, as every individual ability, talents, and the skills vary with each other. Nature skills of the employees remain unexplored. Another disadvantage of the training is that it is given to a specific purpose, due to which the other areas of the employee skills remain unexplored, and hence some employees do not get a chance to develop their natural skills, which may productive to the organization. Benefit of employee training. Employees need to train the different depending on their work environment. If you are working remotely, your employees will need to taught differently than if you were working in an office. You should take an stand of
strength and the weakness of the employee under the consideration, as well as understand the aspect of the area where the training is required to get the maximum benefit of the employee training. There are the several benefit of the employees and the training that can be added the overall success of your organization between below the 12 benefits of the employee training and the remote and in office, which we will discuss the further in details क्या है पहला क्या हो जाएगा पहला है रिड्यूस व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ एम्प्लॉय ट्रेनिंग पहले रिड्यूस एम्प्लॉय टर्नओवर रिड्यूस लेअप इंप्रूव द एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट गेन ऑफ requirement tool increase productivity improve the team functionality build a competitive advantage prevent address skill gap now build the talent pipeline enhance the management reduce the reliance of contractors increase the employees sense of security क्या है पहला क्या रिड्यूस एम्प्लॉय टर्नओवर वन से सिग्निफिकेंट बेनिफिट ऑफ employee training is a reduce the turnover the rate the employee retention is necessary because it helps in the companies keep cost down. Company lost money when they hire and the train new employee. If you want to retain your current team member, offering them the professional development opportunity will help to achieve this goal. A study by the Society by the Human Resource Management found that the 92% of the respondents said that the training program were the critical and the retaining employees. Reduce layoff. Business need to adapt the quickly to changing the market condition in times like these. The training your workforce to keep them the productive and engage in essential step and towards the avoiding layoff, up skills and the re-skilling employees for the expanded roles that match the company's future goals will allow to shift the existing and the talent instead of the starting for the sketch. Recent research from the New York and the State of School of Industrial Relations and the Cornell University found that the companies that invested the employee training before the COVID-19 were the less likely to be employed during the pandemic than those that did not improve the employment engagement. Engagement is an essential factor in an employee retention. According to the Gallup, the companies with the highest level of engagement were the 23% more profitable than that the ones with the lowest level of engagement. Since only 35% of American workers report the feeling engaged at work, there's still the plenty at room for the improvement in the workplace. Employer training is an ideal opportunity for the companies to increase the engagement and profit. Employees who feel they have room for the growth within the company and they have times more likely to motivate and engage. Training programs allow the employees to learn new skills and acquire the valuable knowledge and advancing their careers and contributing more effectively to the company. Companies can also benefit from the increase the productivity and reduce the turnover where the employees feel valuable and appreciated. Gain and requirement tool. Employees and the training programs allow them the members to learn new skills and the growth personally. Companies that invest in their employees to see the higher retention rate and increase the productivity and improve the customer satisfaction. Employees who feel valued and appreciated are also less likely to leave. So if you are looking ways to keep your best talent happy and productive, consider the offering the training programs. Increase productivity. Another one of the many benefit of the employee training is increased productivity. Technology like intelligence scheduling and the app AI and the other innovations can help you save time and do more. Soft skills like time management and the delegation will also help the streamline process and the reduce time waste. But improve team functionality. One of the significant benefit of the employee training is that the inculcates the spirit of the teamwork in the employees, and the teams are made of the individuals with a different background, experience, and the perspectives. Such team members may not be understand each other well enough to collaborate effectively, while others may not share the same goals and the priorities. It would be the best if you build the team around the shared interests, needs, and the goals. If everyone on the team worked towards the common goal and the team will succeed. Build a competitive advantage. Pivot a work that describes organizational changes when the employees are up to the date with the latest business skill knowledge and technology, and the teams possess the skills needed to succeed. They are ready to pivot. Companies must adopt the new challenges and the customer demand in the today's rapidly changing environment. Our organizations that haven't invested in developing their employees will likely fail behind the competitors that have made those investments. Companies with to the ability to quickly switch gears to meet new opportunity and are poised to win. Prevent and address the skill gap. There is an increased focus on upskilling and the recycling the implies in the current environment. Skill gap are the persistent problem, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. McKinsey found 87% of the business either have they identified the skill gap or they expect to experience them in the next few years. Identifying and addressing those gaps are proactively in one benefit of the employee and the training, and it can be help and reduce the risks that the company needs to hire the fall and behind. That's why over half of the executives they prepare the upskilling and the reskilling at the approach to the tackling the skills gaps. Building a talent pipeline. Organizations need to ensure that they are the prepared for any eventual event and the implied the part it can be disrupt an organization. To avoid this, companies should invest the talent management programs and help to them to identify the potential gaps in skill set up to provide the opportunity for employees to grow within the company. These programs can help the increase the retention rates to reduce the cost associated with the hiring and training new staff. What is enhancement management? There are the several benefits of the employee training and for the manager as well. Managers play an essential role in any company. They are responsible for setting goals and objectives and managing team and the developing employees. Poorly trained manager can lead to the poor decision making, miss opportunity and even failure. Manager must communicate the effectively and develop the strategy thinking skills and adapt to changing the situation. These trends will help them to manage their teams and develop the employee. What a reduce reliance and contractor. Organization often hire the contractor to complete the specific project. These projects may require a specialized skill set that the organization does not have in the house. Contractors also tend the lack of institutional knowledge, may or may not understand the organizational culture. Cross training implies to the fill skill gap help the leadership talent to needed position, increase the individual productivity and reduce the overall cost. Increase implies sense of security. The benefit of employee training involves the company as well as the workforce. The employee training programs are essential to keeping the workforce competitive. More than 50% of the workers worry they will lose their job in the next 5 years because they lack up to date skills, and the training programs can help them to build on the existing skills and the transition to an entire different role. Employees who feel they have the long-term futures at the company are the much happier and more likely to remain the loyal to the company. Employee training is an integrated part of any company strategy. Companies should be not be neglected the need of training employees when the facing the many demands of the running a business. Training helps the employees the become a more productive and efficient while the reducing the cost and increasing the profit. Companies can enjoy the several benefit of the employees and the training like a reduce of investment and increase the productivity and reduce the turnover and more improve the customer service. Employees and the enterprises help to organization to create a program that help the workers develop leadership, communication, project management and problem solving skills. 7 method of employee training. 7 गो मेथड है एम्प्लॉय ट्रेनिंग का. पहले ऑन द जॉब मेथड, ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग. दूसरा क्लासरूम ट्रेनिंग. ई लर्निंग मतलब क्या है, डिजिटल लर्निंग हो जाता है. कोचिंग मेंटरिंग, क्रॉस ट्रेनिंग, सॉफ्ट स्किल ट्रेनिंग एंड द compliance training. There are many types of employee training that the organization can offer to their employees. Here are the some of the most common types of employee training. On the job training. On the job training. This type of training involves the learning through the doing, with the employees receiving the hand-on training while the performing their regular job duty. It can be cost effective and efficient way to train the employees in skills that are specific to their roles. But the classroom training, this type of a training involves the employee attending the formal training session either in the persons of or for online, where they receive the instructions for the training of facilitator. Classroom training is often used for teaching more complex or the technical skills such as the software programming or the project management. E-learning क्या है? This type of training involves the using the digital tools such as the online courses, webinars to deliver the training content and employee. E-learning can be convenient and accessible as the employee can complete the training models at their own place and from the anywhere with internet connection. What is coaching mentoring? This type of training involves the preparing the employees with the experienced mentors or coaches who provide the guidance and the feedback and the support as they learn new skills or development in their roles. Coaching and the mentoring can be particularly effective or the develop the leadership and interpersonal skills. This type of a training involves the teaching employees new skills or providing with them a exposure to different roles within the organization. Cross training can help to build a different, more versatile and adaptable workforce as the employees are able to take a different responsibility and fill in the colleges when they need. Soft skill training क्या है? This type of a training involves the developing the employees interpersonal and the communication skills such as the conflict of resolution and the customer service and the teamwork. Soft skill training becoming the increasingly important as the organizations recognize the value of employees who can work effectively with the other and build positive relationship with customers. What is compliance training? This type of a training involves the teaching employees about the legal and the regulatory requirements that impact their work, such as healthy and the safety regulation, data privacy laws, and the industry specific certification compliances. The training is an important ensuring that the employees are aware of their responsibility and can avoid the costly violations. Overall, there are many types of employees and the training that the organization can offer to employees to depending on their needs and objective. Basic concept of training in an organization. Training is an organization and the systematic process of enhancing the employees of knowledge, skills, and attributes to improve their job performance and contribute their the organizational goals. It focuses on equipping the employee with the necessary tools and expertise to effectively perform their current roles and potentially prepare them to further responsibility. Here is a breakdown of a key concept. Purpose of a training: improved performance. Training aims to enhance the individual and the team performance by providing the employees with the skills and the knowledge needed to execute tasks effectively and effectively. Increase productivity. By improving the employee skills and the efficiency, the training can lead to increase the productivity and output. Reduce the error and accidents. Training can minimize the error, mistake, and workplace accidents by ensuring the employee are well equipped to handle their responsibility. Enhance the employee morale. Training can boost the employee morale and motivation by demonstrating the organization and the commitment to their development and the career goal. What meeting organization goals? Training programs can often align with the broader organization goals such as the improve the customer satisfaction, increasing the market share, or introducing the new technology. What is addressing skill gaps? Training helps to bridge the gap between the employees and the current skill levels and the skills required for their the roles for future career aspirants. What is preparation for change? Training can help the employee adapt the new technological process or the organization changes. Two type of training: on the job training. This type of training occurs while the employees are performing their regular job duty. Example include the coaching, mentoring, job rotation, and the shadowing of the job training. This involves the training activity that takes place place away from the actual work environment. Example including the classroom-based training, workshop, seminar, and the online courses. What is formal training? This type of training is structured and the planned often with the defined objectives and the assessment method. Informal training. These types of a training is unstructured and spontaneous, often occurring through the observation, interactions, and the learning from the peers. Three training method. Lecture. Traditional method of the delivering information is a large group case study, analyzing the real work and the scenario and the develop the problem solving skills. What is role playing? Practicing the skills and the behavior in the stimulated environment. What is stimulation? Using the computer based or the physical simulations to replicate the real world situation. Workshop क्या है? Interactive the session that focus on the specific skills or the topic. E-learning क्या? Online courses and the modules that can access the remotely for training process. What is need assessment? Identifying the specific training needs to employees and the organization. What is training design? Developing the training program that address the identified needs to align with the organizational goals. What is training delivery? Implementing the training program using the appropriate method of the rescues. What is evaluation? Assessing the effectiveness of the training in the terms of knowledge and the skills acquisitions and the behavioral changes. 5. Training and development. Training can focus on developing specific skills and the knowledge for the immediate job performance. What is development? Focus on the broader career growth and the long-term potentials. What is role? Responsible for the challenges of training managers. Training managers play a critical role in developing and maintaining a skilled workforce. Their responsibilities include the identify the training needs and the design and implementing the program and managing the budgets and evaluating effectiveness. Challenges include the staying the current or evolving the technology and skill requirements and the managing the budgets and ensuring the training programs aligned with the organization goals. Here are the some detailed breakdown. Roles of and the responsibility. Need assessment. Training management identify the skills gap and the training needs to through the various methods like the job analysis, performance reviews, and the constitutions with the managers. Programs development. They design the develop and implement the training programs include the creating training and the materials and the selecting the appropriate training method. Example workshop, online courses, and the simulations and the organization training events. What is budget management? Training managers are the responsible for the managing the training budgets and allocating the resources effectively and tracking expenses. What is program evaluation? They they assess the effectiveness and the training program and the getting the feedback and the measuring the performance and improvements and analyzing the return on investment return. What is relationship management क्या है? The training manager build and maintain the relationship with the stakeholder including the employees and the manager, HR team, and the external training vendors. What is compliance? They ensure the training programs comply with the relevant laws and the regulation and the organizational policies. What is staying current? Training manager stay up to date and the latest training trends and the technology and the best practices to ensure the training programs and the relevant and effective. What is mentorship and guidance? They may provide the mentorship and guidance to imply the helping them develop their skills and advance their career challenges. What is adapting to change? Training managers face the challenges of keeping the training programs up to date with the evolving the technology skills requirement and the business need. What is budget contrast? Managing the training budgets effectively and justifying the training expenditures to the stakeholders can be challenging. What is ensuring the program effectiveness? Evaluating the effectiveness of the training programs and demonstrating the impact of employees performance and organization goal can be complex. Engaging the employees. Creating the engaging and the effective training programs that resonate with the diverse learning styles and employee needs is a critical. What is balancing need? Balancing and the diverse training needs to different departments and the employees while the adhering the organization goals and the priorities can be challenged. What is measuring of ROI? Demonstrating the return of investment ROI, the training program to justify the training expenditure and demonstrate their the value to the organization. Thank you guys.